Welcome back, you guys. Today I'm making a ground venison and a ground bison chili. You see some diced peppers, the ground venison, ground bison, some mild chili seasonings. Put some garlic and some other stuff in it too. As you can see, the bison's a little darker than the venison. Um, and I put probably about a half pound of each. And what I do is I brown it first. I don't season it yet. I make sure I brown it first. Um, what happens is both of these are very little in fat, much less than just normal ground beef from a cow. So I just pretty much just chop it up and let it really slow and low cook, probably about 8 minutes or so. There's in no rush at all. I keep it open also. Hey, big fella, how are you? And I just let it cook nice and slow. I put a little bit of spray in the pan, then I'll just start breaking it up to make sure that it cooks all the way through. Again, the fire is really low because I want the little bit of fat that it has. I don't want it to burn off really quickly. So I start breaking it up here, then I start mixing it up a little bit. They both cook at a little bit different temperatures, so I kind of let them cook on their side of the pan for a little bit of time. This is so much better for you than cow. So bison 20 grams of protein and the venison about 23 grams of protein per serving. This is about 4 servings, honestly. I've kind of made a lot. I eat about 2/3 of this. It takes no time to make the dish. Again, now is when I start putting in the seasoning. As you can see, I didn't put the chili seasoning in yet. I did put a little garlic in before, just so that the meat can kind of soak in the garlic. And in a few minutes, you're going to see how the meat itself, once we cover it, it'll be sitting in its own fat and juices. So yeah, here's the garlic here. Just a little bit, probably half teaspoon, not much. I don't do a whole lot of seasonings. I don't like a lot of salt in my food. I really like the meat to flavor the meal itself. So here's the mild chili sauce, chili seasoning. I did probably about 3/4 of the packet. I didn't put the whole thing in because I wasn't cooking an entire packet of ground beef. So I'll put in about half now. Then I let that cook down a little bit. And just again, let it cook nice and slow. The fire's on super low so it doesn't burn at all. And now it's really about, so the meat is pretty much cooked through. So now it's really about just allowing all of the flavors to kind of join in with the meat and let the meat kind of pull out the rest of the flavors. Here's the diced tomatoes. I use the whole can. I don't drain it. And it gives it a little bit of a kick, which is nice. I didn't do too super spicy. Wasn't sure if my daughter was going to have any or not. She did not. She chose not to. Diced peppers. Diced tomatoes. I didn't even do a whole lot of seasoning. Sometimes I do onions, peppers. This was just a quick meal. I've been having a lot of work to do. So I just kind of wanted a strong kick of a meal. Give me a lot of protein. And tomato sauce, a little bit of carbs, but really not much. But as you can see now it's starting to gain a little bit of substance, and now I'm starting to also smell it. So as you can see now, you see a little bit of bubbling. Now I cover it, and I cover it probably about 4 or 5 minutes, not much. And you can see now there's a bunch of smoke. Now you see what happens when you cover it for 4 or 5 minutes at the end, and it starts sitting in it and cooking in its own juices. This is where rendering down the fat really kicks in once it's covered. And that's really it. It's super simple. I did buy some sour cream, and I forgot to put it on. I was so hungry and it looked so good. But it's a super simple meal. A ton of protein for you. There it is sitting in a bowl, still smoking hot. I should have put sour cream, but it's good. But talk to you guys soon.